Hi guys, it's me Faye here at Faye Dusk, and I'm very excited as I have my first video for you in my new series called Organising Faye. And in this video I'm going to be talking about how I plan my day, or when things are going to plan, how I ideally plan my day. So I apologise about the lighting. I'm at James's and the lighting is quite good, but the lights not really seem to be stretching this way. And also I'm going to have to do this one-handed as I'm holding my camera in the other hand, as my tripod won't make it sort of like a good angle. So yeah, so I'll get started before this video ends up being like 5 hours, which that would not be fun. But yeah, so in front of me, these are my tools, my top tools that I use for organising myself on a daily basis. So if we just quickly have a run through and then I'll go more in depth. This one is my Juicy Lucy Magic Diary 2014. It says for a year filled with love and joy, and I just liked it because it's cute. It's just a small slimline diary that I got from the Calendar Club, although you can get those sort of diaries online anywhere or any other sort of shops. So I keep that in my handbag on a daily basis. And this is my Posh 2013-2014 planning calendar, so monthly and weekly, and it has 18 monthly grids and weekly planning spreads for this year, reference pages, and it has a convenient back pocket. So I don't carry this in my handbag, but I refer to this all the time. Occasionally, if I'm going to be planning on the go, I'll sometimes put it in my handbag, but not that often. And I also have a pencil case that I used to use as a makeup bag a long time ago, but I repurposed it and it's a pencil case, and this always stays with this. These two never come apart from each other, and this is just filled with this is a chili pepper makeup bag, and it's got little butterflies and stuff on it. It's cute. It's a nice colour, and it's just filled with all my pens that I need for organising myself. And then my last thing is my iPhone 4S. I know you can see me, hello. I know I'm a bit behind, but my contract's ending. I really want to get the 6 when it comes out, and it should be out in the next month or so, so I'm just waiting on the 6. So yeah, but I love this phone. I keep this with me and use it every day, and I still love its covers, so cute. But yeah, no, I use this every day for helping me to stay organised as well. So I'll start back. We'll go back this way, and I'll start with my diary. So what I like to do, and why I have 2 diaries essentially, well, a diary and a planning calendar. This one is small and slimline. I keep it in all my handbags, whatever handbag I'm using. I usually use the same one, but when I change handbags, this always changes with me. I don't know if you can see it that well, but if you look, this is just a random month. This is all the way back in April. I basically use this diary just to write down my work hours, and if I've got like a doctor's appointment or any sort of thing like that, or a urgent bill that I need to like go online to pay or whatever, because I look at this all the time. Because I work shift work, because I work shift work, I need I obviously have different shift patterns and things like that, so I need a diary in my handbag to write down like what my different shifts are and things like that. So yeah, I keep that in my handbag, and I'll write my hours down. And then what I do is I transfer what I've written down, my hours, into this bad boy. So this is my big planning calendar, but I love this. And as you can see, I don't really tend to use the monthly grids, not really. I think I did 1 month, yeah, that one, but I don't really use the monthly grids. I just go by the weekly. Oh. And what I also do to stay organised as well onto where I am like date-wise and stuff, because this planning calendar thingy doesn't have like a ribbon page marker thing. I use a paper clip, and this one I found a red one, so I thought, oh, it's quite cool because I make YouTube videos and stuff like that. So every week I will just pin back the next page, so when I open it, it's automatically on the right week that I need, so I haven't got to flip through pages and stuff. So that's a very handy tip that I would recommend if you've got some sort of like calendar or book or whatever where you can't, or you haven't got a ribbon, or you can't put any sort of page marker, or you just can't be bothered using a paper clip. It works for me anyway. So what I do is my hours there, I look at my diary, and I'll transfer my hours here. And as you can see, it's in blue. I'll talk about the colours in a minute. But yeah, so literally I don't write, in my small diary I write at the bottom of each week how many hours I've got, or how many hours I'm doing, but I don't bother in this one. Literally all I do is I just write what hours I'm doing and like my days off, just so it helps me to plan. And then I basically mainly use this one for writing my to-do list and things I need to do and things I need to buy, and if I'm meeting up with people and got bills to pay or whatever. So this is just basically a more in-depth thing of the things that I need to do. And there's like a little note section at the back that I occasionally use, but yeah, no, so it's very handy. And I'll talk about now, because you're probably wondering why things are in different colours, but I am very, very big on colour coding. I find it really, really helps me to stay organised as well, and to know automatically the different things I got going on. So if I just empty, or attempt to empty one-handed, which isn't really working too well, my pens, I don't use my gel pens really. They aren't even all coming out. I don't even know if they're all out. It's so annoying trying to do it one-handed. I think most of them are probably out. Oh, I didn't put the lid back on that one. Most of them out? Yeah, I think they are. The gel pens, we'll just ignore the gel pens a second, because I don't really use the gel pens at the moment, or not for planning anyway. So you put the lid back on this one. I think I've got all my colours. So this, what I did when I came to the new year and I bought this, is this, I didn't even plan to start organising like this. Literally it just happened, and I genuinely think that's attributed to part of the reason why I've been so successful in many ventures this year, as I've always been writing to-do lists for the last few years, but I've never sort of organised my to-do lists like this. So what I did is I bought these pens, literally just after Christmas. I bought them because they're nice, like biro pens, and they're all different colours. And then what I did is, if we can go back to the front, here we go, and there's a key there, is I got all the different colours, and I decided to look at which sort of colour called to me. I mean, obviously, you know, I'm really into like colour magic and things like that, and I'm probably going to do a series on colour magic soon. But what I did was I looked at each different colour, what I felt it represented to me, and then I wrote a key at the front. So my purple is for my spirituality stuff, so that could be anything from writing in my book of shadows to doing some personal development or shadow work or whatever. And then the pinks, the makeup, so any sort of YouTube videos I'm doing on makeup, or my makeup website, or any sort of contacts or anything like that, I do in pink. Obviously red, because YouTube, this logo they use is red, so that's all my YouTube stuff. Any sort of bedroom things is blue, so any sort of like DIY things I have to do, or any tidying or anything that sort of concerns like my bedroom is blue. Then any sort of like household like chores or things like that I need is brown. And then my work is blue, so that's why I said about the blue, so that's my work. So all my work hours and anything work related, as in my actual job, is blue. Then anything to do with my friends is yellow. Then sort of fitness, and I should have wrote beauty as well, but yeah, I use that as beauty and fitness is black. Then any sort of shopping and like financial things is green. So yeah, so that's all sort of like the colours, and I think it's very, very helpful to sort of have like a key like that. And literally now, like when I first drew up the key, I used to sort of have to refer to it every time I was planning because I couldn't really remember exactly all the colours I used for whatever. But now I literally, every time I go to plan every week, I can just pick up a pen and I know what colour, like the right colour straight away. And also as well, when I look at a page and I see the different colours, like I know exactly what, I mean this in red here, I know this is like for my YouTube ideas, and obviously I know this is all bedroom stuff, and this is like friend stuff, and then there's a household thing, and there's some like bill stuff, and so literally at a glance I know exactly, just by the colours, I can literally just relate in my head straight away. I know exactly what category, and I like categorising and organising things like that. I know exactly what category everything's in or what I need to do. So so each morning when I wake up, especially if it's a day off or if I'm working and start working later, ideally every week, at the start of the week, I'll, obviously if I usually up to date by a few weeks with my hours of work, but if I'm not, then I'll transfer and write all the hours up for what I've got, and then literally I look to see when my day's off or what time I'm working, and I'll start to plan things. I'll think in my head of things that I need to do, or I'll look over at the previous week of things that I haven't done, and I'll transfer them to this week and write down the things that I need to do this week. And then as the week goes along, I'll tick them off. And what I like to ideally do is I leave everything like this until the end of the week, and then when I start the next week, before I paperclip the page to like go onto this page, before I do that, I tick off, if I haven't had a chance to look at my books. I don't always get a chance to look at this every day, but I try to look at it every few days. I tick off the things that I know I've done, the things that I haven't done or no longer need to do, I cross through. I mean, that's just the system I like to do. And sometimes I'll transfer it to the next week, or it might not be relevant anymore, so I don't need to. And then literally I'll paperclip the page, and then I'll start filling in the things that I know I need to do for the next week. And I find that it sort of really keeps me on top of things and really organised. And as well, I find that it also it also makes me feel like really, really good. Like when I like get a chance to actually tick something off, I feel really good and really accomplished. I'm like, yeah, I just tick something off my list. I feel like badass sort of thing. So yeah, so it feels really good. And I always have such like a long to-do list. But as well as that, what I came up with a little while ago, what I like to call my master copy to-do list, I keep this in this back pocket that I've got here, is that I was finding that some of my to-do list stuff was getting lost, and I was getting forgetting, I was transferring things and I was forgetting about it and all this sort of stuff. And so what I like to do is to have a master copy to-do list for the year, or the important things that I want to get done. Obviously I've used the same sort of, wrote it in the same sort of colours, and then this is what sort of I look at to go on my weekly to-do list. And then once it's done, the things from this master copy one, I'll cross through it. So these ones that are crossed through, I know that I've completed. And so, yep, so I've got it for each section of my colours. And so you'll see I've got some crossed through, and I know that I've completed it. And then I like to just keep this in the back, as sometimes I don't always look at it, but sometimes I look to see how I'm getting on track for my different sort of to-do list sort of goals for the year and stuff like that. So that's always kept, I always keep that in that back pocket. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, why I've sort of said, or why I mentioned my phone as well. On my phone, on iPhones, I'm sure, I don't know about Androids and things like that, but I'm sure you can download an app or whatever. But automatically on iPhones, you have a notes section app thingy. And I've really gotten, as you can see, I've got loads, you probably can't see it that well, probably blurry, it's not really focusing, so I do apologise, but I've got loads and loads and loads of notes. And what I do, as I may be like lying in bed or at work on my break or out with friends or whatever, or just chilling at home or something, and I'll suddenly just have an idea of like, it might be something I need to do, or an inspiration for a video, or something I need to buy, or whatever, and I don't always have my like this handy, or a notepad, or a pen, or whatever, but obviously I always have my phone nearby. So what I do is I quickly go in the note section and I write it down. It might even be a name of a song I've heard on the radio I want to like download or whatever. And so literally I just use my notes section on my phone, I just write it down, and then click done, and it's saved. And so also as well, I'll take my phone when I go to plan for my next week, every week, and I scroll through my notes list to see if there's any to-do things or things that I need to put in here, and then I put them in here, and then I delete it from here. So I find that really, really helpful, especially sometimes I really find that my like inspiration and stuff, like sometimes it comes like in the middle of the night or whatever, and obviously my phone's up on my bed because I use it as my alarm, so I just grab my phone if it's in the middle of the night and I'll just quickly jot it down in the notes section or whatever. So I find that really handy, because otherwise I'd have to like turn a light on and get a pad and a pen, and I don't know if I'd do that. I probably just want to go back to sleep. But yeah, so this has become a really handy tool for me to write down any sort of things that I suddenly think of or whatever. So yeah, so that's this video, as I feel like is really long, but I just wanted to sort of give you I think I've said everything that I wanted to say, but I just wanted to sort of give you a quick sort of like, well, not quick because it's like 17 minutes isn't quick, but like an overview of how I plan my day sort of thing, like what tools I use and stuff like that. Is I love watching videos like that, and I hope it sort of like gives you like inspiration on how to like become more like organised and things like that. It's personally for me, like I found it this year being really, really helpful, being a lot more organised, and especially if you've got a busy life or you've got like a lot of different things going on, it is really helpful to sort of like have a place where you can like organise things and know what's what and all that jazz. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and comment below and let me know what you think, and if you have any like organisation tips and things like that, maybe things that I haven't thought of, or things that you think might help me or other people, or if you end up using any of these tips, and let me know how they work out for you. So yeah, so I will see you very soon in another video. Fairy blessings.